Welcome to our faculty meeting, and thanks for showing up with a smile on your face, even though today was a very busy day. I'm going to introduce a session to you, and it's on family engagement and student success. So, engagement building student success. And the goal today is to help you understand how authentic family engagement impacts student success and how we can strengthen practices in our school. Family engagement matters because it leads to academic success for our students. Strong partnerships create a sense of shared responsibility for student outcomes. Okay, they achieve more when parents are engaged. Engagement improves attendance as well as behavior for our students, and again, it builds that trust and accountability between home and school. Families get to act as advocates and partners instead of just being told information. Authentic family engagement benefits everyone. Our students have higher achievement levels, higher test scores, improved homework completion. They have increased self-esteem, better emotional and social growth. And there's definitely improved communication between the home and school, which then builds trust between parents and the school. They know that what we are doing is benefiting their students, but they also know that they have a voice and their voice can be heard. Let's discuss the difference between involvement versus engagement. So involvement is just doing things for the families, like the spring thing that we have every year, where parents show up and they compete in the activities that we have. They are side by side with their students as they get their face painted. Engagement means that families help shape goals and decisions within the school. So they're not just showing up and attending these events with their students. And ultimately, we want the engagement because it gives families a sense of empowerment and it builds the trust between home and school, and families feel as if they are equal partners. Let's look at some of our current family engagement practices, and we call them engagement practices, but are they truly engagement or are they just involvement? So for Class Dojo and Seesaw, do our parents get to make any decisions on there? Is it like a partnership between the school or the teacher and the parent? I'm thinking no. They just get updates on there, how their child is doing, pictures of what they're making on Seesaw, what they've created, work that is outstanding, but that's just involvement. Let's think about newsletters and remind messages. It's kind of the same thing. It just gives information about what's going on for the week academically or reminders for the week. Parent-teacher conferences, I do think that there can be some engagement here just because I think that parents can share any concerns that they have, and it gives teachers the opportunity to reflect and make any changes that are necessary to help their students. And I think that that also builds trust. So I do think that it is involvement, but there is some engagement there. And then open house and family nights. I think that there is potential for there to be engagement. But we don't really have family nights at our school. It's more like the spring thing or concert on the green. So parents are involved, but it's not necessarily engagement. Some of the biggest barriers to family engagement are time constraints. Some parents work multiple jobs, so when meetings are held during the day, I think that it gets difficult for parents to be able to make it because they need to go to their jobs, right, to make money. There can be cultural and language differences, which oftentimes leads to miscommunication and misunderstandings between parents and the school or the school and the parents. Oftentimes, too, if parents have had negative experiences when they were students, then they begin their child's educational journey with a sense of distrust. And so there are so many barriers, but this is why I think it's also important to have that empathy and understanding of these barriers, because if we don't break these barriers, they will continue throughout the child's educational journey. Sometimes this can also bring about what we would call a challenging parent. So ones who are defensive. I think that then we also have ones that are helicopter parents, right? That really don't trust and want to make sure that they know everything and are concerned about everything and question every decision that's made between the school or the teacher. And this also leads to absent parents. It's really important when we have challenging parents to use effective communication strategies. So we need to be active listeners. When they are sharing their concerns, show that empathy. It's important to acknowledge their concerns and validate their feelings. This is their baby that they're talking about, their pride and joy, and we have to have that sense of understanding. We need to stay calm, right? Listen actively, stay calm, and not become defensive. And then document these discussions, schedule follow ups. And again, we're hearing that trust over and over. This is what builds trust between parents and the school. Follow up, make sure that we are hearing them again, like ask them questions. Are you seeing a change? How are you feeling about things as we've gone forward the last couple of weeks? So it's just really important to build those effective communication strategies that I've listed here. So how do we enhance our family engagement practices at Mount Bethel? Well, I think we need to start with creating family learning nights. We don't have any of these. We need to be bringing our parents in to teach them how we are teaching our kids and have our kids come too. We can play games, we can teach, but it builds that trust again, and it allows parents to have a deeper understanding of what's going on in our school, and they can voice their concerns and also share build communication, right? We need to offer flexible meeting times. If parents can't make the meetings, or if we're always scheduling them for the morning, this is a problem. So offer those. We need to be able to offer flexible meeting times. If parents can't make it, send out a form so that they can at least share their input and they feel like they are being heard. We do a great job at having parent advisory groups. That is one thing we absolutely do have. So kudos to us, our school, on offering that. And I think we can really publicize family contributions within our school, not just monetary ones, but ones who are showing up and being involved and advocating for their students. I think this is really important. So when families engage, we know that our students thrive. So I think moving forward, let's commit to one action that's going to strengthen our family and our school connections this semester, maybe this school year, and I think it needs to be adding our family nights. I think adding our family academic nights will help us build the bridge to student success and continue to help our students thrive at Mount Bethel. Thank you all for attending our faculty meeting today, and please know that you can ask any further questions at this time or provide any further input on how we can enhance the practices that are already there. Thanks, everyone.